President Trump just made his first comments on the conditions aboard the USS Abraham Lincoln after multiple reports of sailors jumping overboard and worsening mental health and a lack of even the most basic necessities. And his response? It's not sitting well with the families of the 5,000 service members aboard that ship.
Family members of U.S. service members are concerned about the conditions on board the USS Lincoln.
Well, no, that ship is moving. No, they're not. That ship is moving right now, or very shortly, and it's being replaced with another very similar ship.
Has the deployment gone on too long?
No. Not nearly long enough.
What? I wonder if you heard the question, because that could not possibly have been.
Decades in Sports, Sunday at 9 on CNN. And
His first comments on the conditions aboard the USS Abraham Lincoln.
No, not nearly long enough.
What? I wonder if you heard the question, because that could not possibly have been the answer. Well, my next guest has been watching this story very closely. Independent journalist Aaron Parnas joins me now. I mean, the accounts are being told horrific. I mean, they are talking about the deprivation that some of them are feeling, the mental health issues that are happening, people jumping overboard. And you've spoken to families of the service members. What are they telling you?
Well, I mean, I think it's not just one account, right?
Yeah.
It's consistent across the board, and it's not on just one ship. Service members across the region right now are suffering. They have lack of hygiene products. They have lack of fresh food. I mean, I was a lawyer before doing this work, and I saw prison inmates having better meals than some of these service members are having aboard some of these aircraft carriers right now. It is very bad, and I think the worst part about it all is that their mental health is suffering. A lot of these service members have been away from their families for a very long time. That is what they signed up for in a way. But for example, with the USS Abraham Lincoln, it's now, the deployment was supposed to end in May. We're now in August, and it still hasn't ended, even though a new ship is supposedly coming soon. And so these service members are really struggling, and their families at home are really struggling as well.
And I can imagine the ship that is supposed to come to replace, they surely have heard about this, and they're going to wonder if the same fate will be for them in an endless war at this point in time without really understanding the length of their next deployment. And the families have now heard the commander-in-chief react and say, no, they haven't. It's not nearly long enough.
Yeah, and it's not just the commander-in-chief, it's the Secretary of Defense yesterday coming out and saying that the reports are misrepresenting what's actually happening on the ships. And these families are telling me, we're not misrepresenting it. It's not a political issue to them. It's their sons, their daughters, their livelihoods at issue. Some of them voted for this president, right? This is the service members are not Republican or Democrat. They just serve the United States Armed Forces. And at the end of the day, they are terrified of what they're seeing from the Commander-in-Chief and from the Secretary of Defense.
Is there a sense of a timeline for, I mean, it's already been over 250 days. That's a record, apparently, as well. And mind you, they have not set foot on shore in that amount of time. There are 5,000 of them on this aircraft carrier at this one alone. Is there an update that they've gotten on any timelines?
No, not really. And if you heard what Pete Hegseth said over the past 24 hours, we could have a naval blockade in Iran indefinitely, is what he said. And so we could just keep swapping aircraft carriers over the next two plus years. And there is no timeline. The USS Abraham Lincoln is theoretically being swapped out in the next month or so, but who knows?
And I know that we don't have this active draft, so they always think about retention and recruitment. This can't possibly be helping.
No, not at all. And I think any young person in the United States of America today, seeing these images, hearing these stories, why would they want to enlist? I mean, you just don't want that. And you're going to have recruitment numbers likely come down in the next several months as this war prolongs.
Aaron Parnas, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
I mean, it's, I'll never apologize. I did the right thing.
High gas prices be damned. The president digs in and tells Americans his war with Iran worth it. They need to suck it up. How's that going to go? My panel is live and we debate it next.
Decades in Sports, Sunday at 9 on CNN.
This is for anyone feeling the pain of filling up their gas tanks to work.
For you to pay a tiny little bit more for your gasoline, just remember, you're doing it so that a very evil country cannot have a country. Really, it's the #1 state sponsor of terrorism. You don't want to have another weapon, so remember that. You have you pay a little bit more, you're at $4. It's okay. I mean, I'll never apologize. I did the right thing.
Gas prices are showing no signs of dropping before the midterms. Prices are up more than $1 compared to the start of the war. But for months, Trump and his team have been promising that gas prices will fall below $4.
Do you think gas prices will be lower before the midterm election?
I think they'll be much lower before midterm, much lower.
I'm optimistic that sometime between June 20th and September 20th, that we can have $3 gas again.
When do you think it's realistic for Americans to expect the gas to go back to $1? I don't know. That could happen later this year. That might not happen until next year. But prices have likely peaked and will start going down.
Let's talk about it. We got Democrat strategist Michael Nellis and former Deputy Communications Director for Trump's 2024 campaign, Carolyn Sunshine. Good to have both of you here. I'll start with you, Carolyn, because there's a recent CNN poll, and it found that 79% of people disapprove of how the president is handling gas prices specifically. Taking a chunk out of people's budgets, and they had to make sacrifices to make it, not just with gas prices, what it represents for the rest of their budget. So, shouldn't the president contemplate that and at least exude more sympathy?
It's quite possible that it's going to have the fact of returns. The good news is the president could leave this war tomorrow and things would rebound and the American public would love it. That's what Ronald Reagan did in 1983 after the Beirut bombing attacks. He just left. And as the president has said multiple times, he's won the war. So one, he could leave, and I think that would be a great decision that a lot of Americans would support. And in the meantime, he can keep focusing on other ways that life is expensive for Americans. And we saw him talk about today that prescription drug prices, for example, are down 60%. Lowest they've been in a long time. Also crime, it's a good chance that the midterms are going to be about the cost of living the economy. Most elections always are. But elections are also about other bread and butter issues like law and order. And you see some of these candidates who are running, particularly in Michigan, where, running away from their past stances like defund the police. That's not going to be too popular with voters.
Well, I want you to focus for a second. I hear you, but I want you to
crime being down.
I hear you, but I want you to focus on the President of the United States and the war with Iran and gas prices specifically, because when you talk about if we've won already, the president could leave. Well, we haven't won this war. The president is still there. He knows that, of course, and you have members of the military who are waiting almost indefinitely to figure out what the next steps are. So my question again, though, really is, shouldn't the president be expressing that? I mean, you can have all the things you said about his other platform priorities, but at the very least, doesn't it go much better with voters to have the buy-in that he hears them, he sees what they're thinking about?
Yeah, I've said this in the past when the administration was using a line of short-term gain or short-term pain for long-term gain, and I didn't think that messaging was going to go over too well with voters. I mean, Kamala Harris certainly paid a price for that in 2024, and when I say, we won, the president has said that in his own words, and so to me, that gives the president pretext to say, well, fantastic, America, let's go home, and that is still an option that the president has in front of him, and I hope it's an option that he pursues, and I think voters will reward him for that.
Well, Mike, he hasn't pursued it, and we do think that pretext the president is maybe going hand in hand because they believe that this is all protection. And there are many people who are frustrated about the existence of the war. Given his statement at the campaign, he did not pursue something like this. But Democrats are going to hammer all of this home, as you can imagine. We get comments from viewers though all the time. We want to hear more than just complaints about Trump's handling of the war, whether justified or not. How do you convince those voters that Democrats have a plan, not just a critique?
Yeah, well, I think the first thing you've got to do is make people understand that we feel the pain that they're experiencing right now, which frankly, the Biden-Harris ticket did not do in 2024, and certainly Donald Trump isn't doing right now, trying to gaslight the American people into believing that the economy is strong when it's not. He keeps calling it the golden age of America. He's saying that we're winning this war in Iran. I don't think anybody really believes that we're winning. It certainly feels like we're being pushed around by the government of Iran right now, and they're saying they're not going to open the strait of Hormuz. Even if they opened it tomorrow, I want to push back on something Carolyn said. If they opened it tomorrow and ended the war, it'll take years for gas prices to go back where they were, because this has created such a global calamity in the market right now. So for the Democrats, one, you've got to squarely identify what the issue is that you're talking about, presenting a positive, forward-looking example for how you're going to achieve stability. That's going to include hitting Trump on constraints are making it significantly harder to build. Excuse me, sorry, what did I say?
You said Iraq, you meant Iran. I got it. Keep going.
Iran. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry, there's a delay, so it gets a little confusing. But right now, like lumber prices are 25% more expensive, making it significantly harder to build new housing. People are frustrated, so we got to talk about how we're going to create new jobs, we're going to create new housing, and make them feel that pain because nobody believes any power potential gives a damn about it. That's the problem.
Now, speaking of Iran war, I mean, Trump also made this claim that the U.S. would own the Strait of Hormuz once the war ends. Listen.
Pretty soon I'll be declaring the Hormuz Strait a territory of the United States. Essentially, that's what we have the blockade. No ships get through unless we want them to.
This doesn't seem to be a realistic proposal at all, Carolyn. So I wonder when he makes statements like this, as a strategist thinking about how this will unfold, does it undercut his larger messages when we're this close to November and we have the critiques about what's going on with the military right now?
The war is front and center in Americans' mind, and you know, I love, there are many people I know who love the president who hate this war. And it's an economic war, and I've said this multiple times. It doesn't have a military solution. Good military solutions have been tried. You know, Iran may get a nuclear weapon, but I don't think they're very interested in that because they've learned that the Strait of Hormuz is far better than a nuclear weapon. And so again, the best strategic advice I can give is deprive Iran of the new access that they have found in the Strait of Hormuz and just leave. And whether it becomes a territory or not after the war is semantics. The fact is it was open before the war. If you leave, you can get it open again, get trade flowing, get oil flowing, and I think Americans will forgive the president. They forgive most presidents who just get out of the Middle East.
Mike, quick last word.
Yeah, they're not going to forgive the president. People are going to get their money back. They're not getting their money back from the tariffs. They're not getting their money back in any of the other ways that Donald Trump has taken it from them.
Not that long to wait till November. We'll see what the next is. Mike, thank you.